a bunch of stuff. We do this because it makes sense to us in our minds, with hopes that it'll get out and maybe you guys will get something from it. I know sometimes there's a lot of craziness, but you know.
Shenanigans.
Go in.
Go in.
Get all deep and greasy with it.
To all the inner children and children, I'm sorry, but you just can't hang around here anymore. It's not that I don't like you, but ever since you started flapping your wings, rising with the moon and treating gravity like an addiction you wish you never got hooked on, they're starting to say that you are a liability. They say that your smile makes them uncomfortable. They say the scent of fertility on your breath fills their bellies with anxiety. They say that your laughter, it sounds like gunshots in gated communities. It reminds them that passcodes and deadbolts are no match for the live rounds that you sent screaming through the windows the night you looked God in the eyes and carved out your destiny. Where did you ever learn to pray so passionately? Sometimes I ask myself that same question. And more times than not, the answer can be found stitched between those summer afternoons that we would spend racing through the neighborhood, our feet beautiful and blistered as the asphalt lot taught us lessons that sometimes life will burn you, but you must always keep moving. You see, back then, we were elbows deep in the purest form of freedom, trying to catch the last bit of daylight between the spaces of our fingers, only to be reminded that everything truly beautiful in this world is intangible, like tangerines. It was your favorite color. I can never get the sun to glow so vibrantly because its secrets are always hidden deep somewhere in the back pocket of your overalls. I was left with pages full of blues and greens like those spring mornings. We would find oceans of wisdom in the first drops of spring rain. We would origami our innocence into newspaper boats that we crafted from the tragic news headlines. The world's sorrow was our cargo. We filled our hulls to the brim and set sail for something deeper as if we always knew. Everything the media taught us was shallow and belonged floating down the gutter. You could always explain things in a way that made sense to me. Even when the world started telling me that I should be making dollars, that I would never amount to anything, pushing for a little bit of change in this world. We live in a no shoes, no shirt, no service kind of world, and you cannot afford to be a bare-chested hole in the fabric of a nation that demands you cover up every bit of truth that you were born with. I am sorry, but I have learned that money is such a seductive language, and I cannot understand how to put my trust in a God that stamps his name on the face of every dollar bill, stares into the soul of every starving artist, every hungry child, every family living in poverty, and says, without me, you are nothing more than a liability. Sometimes I feel like we are one nation under fraud.
That's right.
I've been trying to do things differently. I've been trying to be defined by the passions that bring me to life rather than the obligations that keep me living. I've been making friends with the kids loitering in the back of all of your minds. We've been taking off our shoes, walking barefoot in the street, letting the sun feel the burn on our souls. So I just wanted to thank them for always reminding me and always emphasizing all the lie that they told us will never be true and reminding us of our abilities. Thank you.